The next thing that I want to show you is how to place not only the floors but the windows, doors, and components in general. So first thing that we're going to do, I still have a rectangular shape for the actual room itself. It does not look like the room that you currently have on yours, hopefully. But I am going to go ahead and show you how to add on the floors at this point. So make sure you're under the Architecture tab and make sure that you are still on your level 1 floor plan. The only thing I want to make sure that we have on here is this back room as well. So I'm just going to draw an additional room on here so that way I can kind of show you how yours goes on there. So again, Architecture tab, make sure that we go over here into the floor component. Once you have that selected, for this one, the floor is concrete. It does have tile on top of it, and you could adjust that at another time, similar to what we did with changing the walls in the utility shed. But for now, just set it to generic 12. And the boundary line should be highlighted. And you can do this a couple of ways. But for this particular one, we're going to go ahead and use the line tool. And we want to zoom in and make sure we get the edge. You could auto select the square endpoint that shows up and it will place the floor, but the floor will not be level or flush with the outside edge. So again, we're just going to go around the outside edge of the box and you'll see the square, the pinkish purple square kind of highlight when you're in the right portion. Continue going all the way around. Once you're done with that, go ahead and hit finish. You can check and make sure everything's right, but it should be highlighted blue like that. Hit the default 3D view, the little home icon up here at the top, and you should have the floor placed down here. If you hold down shift in the middle mouse button, you can rotate it so that way you can actually see that the floor is placed, and then you should be in good shape there. We can go back to level 1. And I'm going to show you how to, again, insert doors and windows. They work the same way. So I'm just going to choose the doors. Once it opens up, there are a couple of door options, but these are just regular single flush doors with no windows. We're going to go ahead and load family over here to open up the other types of doors. Make sure it's on US Imperial, and then scroll down to where it says doors. When you are placing windows, it's going to be down here with windows. So go ahead and go to your doors, and with 2017 they have made some adjustments. It used to be all in one folder, but now you might have to go and look for certain things in the residential folder or in the commercial folder. So there are a couple of different types of doors that are just available in the regular folder. If you go into commercial, I think they moved the doors that we have similar to the ones in the classroom. Like these are the ones that you would see out in the hallways. And then we have one that looks like the door on the side of the classroom. So door passage, single one light. Go ahead and double click on that one. You can click on the top one and then hold down the shift button and left click on all of them and just bring them all in there. Hit yes to continue, and it's going to load in all those doors over here. It may take a couple of seconds for it to load up, just be patient. Alright, so it does have the doors in here now. We have a bunch of different sizes, so you just need to determine what the length of the door is. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and just choose the 36 by 80. Once I have that door selected, I don't need to change any of these settings, and I can place the door. And you need to make sure that you place it in whatever direction the door swings. So even if I place it here and I zoom in, I can hit escape, click on the door, and by selecting the arrows I can change which way the door is swinging and the directions. so I can flip it around and make sure it's the appropriate direction. Same thing can be done again if I go back to doors and I just kind of flip it. If I hit the space bar before I actually place it, it will flip the door for me before it's placed. Then I can left click and place it. Do this and the same thing with the windows and find ones that match up with the ones that we have in the classroom. The last thing that I want to show you is inserting the furniture. Go ahead and go to Component under the Architecture tab. When you click on it, there are a couple of things in here available. Please don't put a parking space or any of the other ridiculous stuff that they have in here into the classroom. The only one that I see that you could probably use is the desk, but you do need to go to Load Family. And depending on what you're looking for, things are going to be in different places. The cabinetry and stuff like that falls under the Casework folder. And detailed items, there are a lot of different things that you're going to have to kind of look through the folders and see where things are. There is some stuff in furniture. There will be some stuff in the furniture system. You really, like I said, you really have to kind of look through and see what you're looking for in particular. So under furniture, there's beds, there's chairs, and if you kind of go through them, similar to the chairs that we have in the classroom, we've got some rolly chairs, regular desk. Okay, these ones probably most resemble the ones that we have at the computers. I would say that these ones up here probably most resemble the ones that we have over in front of the whiteboard. So again, select the stuff that kind of matches up. When it comes time to place the computer screens, I would say use the TV flat screen temporarily. If you really want a different computer screen, you can. I can look for one for you, but that's okay if you just want to use that. We have file cabinets in here, some different types of bookshelves that can have the sizes adjusted, tables, desk, and again, we might have to find a desk to replace the ones that are to use for the ones that we have where the computers are actually at. But I want to show you something really quick with, let me see, I'm going to use this table right here. It's going to load up the table over in this section. It's a 72-inch by 30-inch table. It's about this big. And I'm just going to place it, and then I'll hit the home button so you can see the actual size of it. Now, if I wanted a table that was not in the sizes that they have available, or I wanted to customize it, all I have to do is make sure table selected, go to Edit Type, duplicate it, and then name it whatever it is. For this one, if I actually had measurements for it, I would put it, I'm just going to call it Custom Table, and if you know what the measurements are for it, you can give it the measurements. And I'm going to change some of the dimensions. I'm going to make it, I don't know, 4 feet tall. I'm going to make it 10 feet in length. And let's see, 4 feet wide. I'm going to hit OK. When I do that, I now have a custom table. I'll sit it right next to this one. That is, again, much larger in dimensions than this table, so it gives you the opportunity to customize. So go ahead and place your windows, place your floors, doors, furniture up into the point that you can, cabinets, and again, I'll show you guys how to get some additional files.